Today on New England Living, get an inside look at one of Boston's most exclusive penthouse listings and discover new ways to bring natural light into your home. Plus, how to give your aging kitchen a brand new facelift. It all starts right now on New England Living. New England has a style all its own. The people, the history, the culture. Join us as we discover the faces and places, the design and destinations, everyone and everything that makes New England extraordinary. I'm glad I discovered it now. Love the place you call home with New England Living. Thanks for joining us today on New England Living. I'm your host, Rachel Holt. First up, we're heading to downtown Boston with Coldwell Banker Global Luxury Ambassador Ricardo Rodgriguez for an inside look at one of his most exclusive listings. We're here at the Lucas in the South End, and first and foremost, you cannot beat this location.
Oh no, you cannot beat the location or the views. It's just unbelievable. We are at that intersection between the South End, Chinatown, downtown Boston, closer to the Back Bay. And so what we get is the setback views of the beautiful Back Bay skyline, and it just wraps around towards downtown.
Let's talk about the history of this building, because this dates back to 1874. This used to be the German Trinity Catholic Church.
Yes.
Now it's the Lucas. So when did that come about?
So this got converted in 2016. Right now, what we have is 33 units total in the building. And it's a mix of the original architecture on the first 3 floors of the building. And then it's followed by 5 stories of a glass tower. And so the building really encompasses kind of like a mix of 1 bedrooms all the way to the larger units like this that are between 3 and 4 bedroom. The American Institute of Architects gave this building a design of excellence in 2018, so it gives you an idea of the kind of like iconic significance of the building.
From the outside, this is a beautiful older building, but as soon as you walk in the door, it's a completely different experience. This is all contemporary design. So what are some of the contemporary elements here?
So the architect was very smart at retaining this incredible interior designer. Alina Walhart is her name. And so she worked very closely with the architect and with the developer, and worked very closely with us to kind of like reflect some of that natural color palette of the original structure. So when you walk up the lobby, you see this dramatic effect that you will normally will see in a building of this nature. And I think it is a beautiful reflection to the history of the neighborhood. And it's also, I think, a beautiful ode to the city. And that's what makes it so iconic.
Like the South End, this building is so historic. Why was it important to kind of keep those elements and blend into the neighborhood, which is just so rich with history?
These buildings have been here for centuries. It makes sense that we want to preserve them. How do we respect history while we make something that is contemporary and exciting and that reflect perfectly the way that we live?
Let's talk about the unit itself, because you walk in there, the first thing I noticed was how much light there was in there. The floor-to-ceiling windows. It's evident that that was a really important thing during the design process.
Yes, you have this very strong correlation to the history and the original elements of the original structure. But when you're inside, like you mentioned, you have 3 sides of windows. So this is almost like a double corner of floor-to-ceiling windows, over 10 feet height of windows that literally just wrap around in every single room of the entire home. For a homeowner, it's all about those details, and this current homeowners invested a lot into doing these incredible upgrades, including the smart home technology throughout the home with electric blinds all throughout the entire home, to the kitchen where they added their touches with geometric stone for the backsplash and for the countertops, as well as changing some of the cabinetry to make sure that it kind of like met their aesthetic vision of the home.
Outdoor space is so coveted when you're living in the city especially. Tell me about this gorgeous rooftop space.
So the home actually has 3 specific outdoor spaces. It has a deck that is a front-facing deck, which you have all the views of the Back Bay. It has a back-facing deck, which is part of your primary suite, and so it allows for that privacy. And then it has this beautiful, beautiful roof deck, which is truly a one of a kind. Not only in terms of size, but in terms of that beautiful view, that incredible privacy, the ability to have multiple seating areas.
one of the best parts about this is the location. Why is the South End such a desirable place to live?
It's very diverse, it's very vibrant, right? You have a diversity in architecture that you necessarily don't find in other neighborhoods. We have everything from high rises to mid rises that are historic like this, to brownstones. We have all types of properties, right? But also the culture of it is very diverse, right? There's a little bit of everything, and that's represented in the businesses, that's represented in the community, that's represented in the things that happen in the neighborhood. And so it makes it a very vibrant, very youthful, attractive, exciting neighborhood. I think that if anything, what I have been observing in the South End in particular, but also throughout the city, is this new energy coming through, right? This excitement for city living, this almost like an urban renaissance in which people are excited to be part and to partake on what the city offers. To me, this is wonderful. This is incredible. This is what it's all about.
Coming up, how to let more natural light into your home when New England Living returns.